Hello friends, welcome to Unreal Engine Essentials video tutorials series. In this video tutorial, I would like to discuss Introduction to Content Browser Window. We will have brief introduction to Content Browser Window, guys. So here we have the Content Browser Window. Content Browser Window allows us to create assets or contents. We can use these terms interchangeably, guys. In Unreal Engine, in general, assets which are required to make a game are called contents. So either we can say assets or we can say contents. Content browser window allows us to import existing assets, allows us to delete assets, rename assets, move assets, etc, etc, etc. So inside the content browser window, we manage all the assets which are required to make a game, guys. Okay. If you go to content browser window, we have add or import button. Add or import button allows us to create new assets as well as allows us to import existing assets. So here we have add or import button. If I click on it, it allows us to create a new blueprint, it allows us to create new level, it allows us to create a material, particle system, any asset required to make animation, etc, etc, etc. It also allows us to import existing assets. If I click on import to, it allows us to import FBX files, it allows us to import cube map textures, it allows us to import audio files, it allows us to import video files, etc, 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 guys. Okay, I want to create one folder here, so I click on add or import button and then I click on new folder. I name it as my materials. I hit enter. You can see that my materials folder is created. I open it. Inside that I want to create a new material, so I click on again add or import button. I click on material and then I name it. I say m underscore red color. I hit enter. I am creating a red color material. Okay, we'll talk how to work with materials later, guys, step by step. Okay, I click on content button here to go to root folder, and then I'm going to create one more folder. I click on add or import button. I say new folder and I name it my blueprints. I hit enter. You can see that my blueprints folder is created. I open it. Inside that I want to create one new blueprint, so I click on add or import button. I say blueprint class. I select the actor as a base class and then give a name. I say BP underscore player controller. Hit enter. Assume that we use this blueprint to control the player. Okay, so I have given the name BP underscore player controller. So like that you can create new assets, guys. Okay, next we have save all button. Save all button allows us to save all unsaved assets. It allows us to save all unsaved assets or modified assets, guys. Here we have the save all button. If you see, we have a blueprint with a star symbol. Star symbol indicates that this asset is not yet saved. If I go to content folder, open the my materials folder, you can see that this material also has the star symbol, which indicates that this asset not yet saved. If I click on save all, it displays a list of assets which are going to be saved. If you want any asset not to saved, then you can untick it. If I click on save selected, what happens? You see that star symbol is removed, which indicates that now this asset is saved. I go to content folder, I open the my blueprints folder. You can see that this blueprint is also saved because there is no star symbol. So if you do any modification to any asset, automatically star symbol will get appear. Okay, which actually indicates that that asset is not yet saved. So you have to save that asset, guys. Okay, let's proceed further. Next we have back button and forward button. Back button allows us to go one level back through the folders that we were browsing. Forward button allows us to go one level forward through the folders that we were browsing. Like for example, now we are in the my blueprints folder. Okay, we are in the my blueprints folder. If I click on back button, it takes us outside to the content folder. And if I click on forward button, it again takes us inside my blueprints folder. So you can use back button to go one level back, okay, on every step, and you can use forward button to go one level forward in the browsing history, you can say. So these buttons actually maintain the history of browsing, how you are browsing. Like for example, if I open the starter content, okay, now we are in the starter content, and then I open the materials folder. Now we are in the materials folder, okay. And if I click on back button, it takes us to starter content. If I click on back button, it takes us to content folder. If I click on forward button, it takes us to starter content folder, right? So like that, you can move back and forth, okay. Next we have choose a path button. Choose a path button allows us to quickly view and visit a specific folder. Choose a path button allows us to quickly view and visit a specific folder. For example, here we have a choose a path button. If I click on it, I can open the starter content, I can open the particles, I can click on materials. So it directly takes us to the materials folder, guys. And if I click on choose a path button and just click on starter content, it takes us to starter content folder. So like that, you can quickly view and visit to a specific folder, guys. Next we have content breadcrumb. Okay, we have content breadcrumb, which displays the path of currently opened folder. It just displays the path of the currently opened folder. For example, if I click on choose a path button and open the starter content, open the particles, if I click on materials, you can see that it is clearly showing us now you are in the materials folder, and materials folder is inside the particles folder. Particles folder is inside the starter content, and starter content folder is inside the content folder. So it's clearly telling us. I can directly go to the content folder. If I click on content folder, it directly takes me to the content folder where we have starter content folder, my materials folder, my blueprints folder, right? So it just displays a breadcrumb which allows us to go to specific folder quickly, guys. Okay. Next we have show or hide sources panel toggle button. Show or hide sources panel toggle button, which allows us to show or hide source folders in the hierarchy. Like for example, if I click on show or hide the sources panel, it displays in two columns. Actually displays the assets in two columns. On the left hand side we have the folders in a tree structure or in the hierarchy, right? So if you click again, sources panel is not displayed, guys. So this is actually called as sources panel. Whether to show it or not, you can decide, guys. So it's a toggle button. Okay. Next we have add an asset filter button. We have add an asset filter button. It allows us to show or hide specific type of assets. It allows us to show or hide specific type of assets. For example, if I click on this filters button, and I say that I just want to see all the static meshes. If I click on it, you can see that it is displaying all the static meshes which are there at present inside the content folder. If I again go back to the filters button and I want to see all the materials also, if I select it, it displays both materials and static meshes present inside the content folder, right? We have meshes, and you can see that we also have the materials, right? So it is displaying static meshes as well as materials. Like for example, I don't want to see any static mesh. So simply I can go to filters button and untick the static mesh option. Now it is displaying only the materials. You can see that it is displaying only the materials. If I go to filters and untick the material option also, now we see all the folders of the content folder. So like that, you can filter out which specific type of asset you want to see, guys. Okay. Next we have search content text box. Search content text box allows us to search for a specific asset by its name. So you can quickly search for a specific asset by its name just by typing here. Like for example, if I say M underscore red, you can see that it is showing M underscore red color material. So based on the name of the asset, you can search it, guys. Like for example, BP, if I say BP, you can see that it is showing BP underscore light studio, it is showing BP underscore player controller. So I can quickly search for an asset and work with it, guys. So that is the use of this search content text box. Okay. And next we have view options button. View options button allows us to control how the assets must be displayed in the content browser. View options button allows us to control how the assets must be displayed in the content browser. So here we have view options button. If I click on it, okay, you can show the folders or you can just show the assets. Like if I untick it, you can see that folders are not getting displayed, right? The content inside the folders are getting displayed here. So if I go back and say show folders, it displays folders, right? So you have different options, what to show, what not to show. Even you can display the assets in the form of tiles or in the form of lists, like it is displaying a list of folders, you can see that. And if you say columns, it displays or assets with the type here. And if I say tiles, it displays as tiles. Even you can control the scale of thumbnails, like if you increase the size, you can see that the size of the thumbnails of assets is actually increasing. I can decrease. So you can decide what should be the scale of thumbnails of the assets, guys. So that's what view options allows you to do. Views option button allows you to do. Also, you can right click on the asset, and if you want, you can rename the asset, you can delete the asset, you can migrate the asset. So a lot of things you can do in the content browser window. So that's a brief introduction to content browser window, guys. I think for this video tutorial we'll stop here. I suggest you people to watch this video again and again, understand everything clearly, experiment whatever I told by yourself. In the upcoming video tutorials we are going to discuss more about Unreal Engine. And if you like this video, hit the like button and share with your friends so that everyone will get benefited. For more benefits and be up to date, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.